Let's talk now a little bit about the idea of empirical versus theoretical probabilities. Now, an empirical probability is the probability of a specific event as it was actually observed. And that's the key. It's a result of an experiment. And when you do the experiment itself, the result of that experiment, you turn into probabilities, and that's an empirical probability. Now, in terms of the probability statement, we say p hat, put a little p over top of it, probability of heads, like in the experiment of tossing the coins. And then the p hat by itself is the actual probability. Typically, we use a capital P for the probability statement, and then a lowercase p hat, it's a little caret thing, to actually represent the probability. Now, if I recall correctly, it was like 26, so say 0.26, and that wasn't of heads. This is observed, I believe it was one head out of 2 coins. So we'd say the probability of observing one head, knowing that the experiment was based on flipping 2 coins, equals 0.26, or simply p hat equals 0.26. It's that hat, that caret, pointed little guy over top that specifies or indicates that this is an empirical probability. Now, theoretical probability is the true probability of a specific event of interest. So the difference is an observed value versus an actual true value. And this true value is determined or proved as such mathematically. We actually show that this is what should happen in theory. This is our population value. And then if the experiment, we expect the experimental values to be close to those theoretical values. Now, the probability statement, like for the heads, is just a capital P, parentheses heads. That's the probability of heads. Without the hat, the little hat again indicates that it is a empirical probability. And we use the Greek letter pi to represent the true probability. And the true probability of tossing 2 coins observing one head is actually 0.25, which I believe I will justify to you in just a moment. Okay, the basic idea again to try to keep in mind is empirical probability is a result of an experiment you actually did. Theoretical is something that's mathematically derived, mathematically proven to be the true probability based on the population. So this coin simulation that we did a little while ago, did that result in an empirical or a theoretical probability? The answer is obviously empirical. We did a simulation, okay, and based on the simulation, we said this is what we observed to take place. So those probabilities were in fact empirical probabilities.